Have you ever noticed anything odd about bad business? Is it the balancing, the weapons, or the attachments? Well, yeah, it's all of that. What if media is putting a dastardly monetization scheme that pushes you, the player, into spending vast amounts of money to buy weapons, attachments, and game passes? But sir, you might exclaim at the monitor. How is that so? And can you elaborate? Well, of course. That is why I made the video. In this video I'm going to show you what the scheme is, what other games use it, and why it is morally wrong and should not be supported. The scheme has multiple steps. Step 1. The weapon gets potentially teased on the Discord server, and thereafter released on the PTR. By following this step, the community gets hyped to use it in-game. So, in addition to one's curiosity, one is also tense, because a hyped weapon will soon be in their hands. Step 2. In the balancing phase of a weapon's making, this happens in the PTR, it is made completely overpowered to create a demand for the weapon. In the game Bad Business, you want to eliminate your foe faster than they can eliminate you. So making such a weapon will surely cause players to use it more than any other weapon. Ironically, the playtest function of the PTR gets completely overshadowed by the premise of a weapon in high demand. Step 3. Once this weapon gets released to the main game, it is either locked behind a paywall or a level wall, for a lack of a better word. New players generally don't have enough credits to buy weapons, cosmetics or attachments with the credits that they have earned, so they pick and choose the best time efficient option. Buying credits with the modder's credit card. Of course, I cannot speak for all. There surely are players that grind for credits, and there are conscious and responsible young adults that do use their money properly. Unfortunately, just like the rest of the Roblox platform, the player-based majority is consisted of children. And children are not as responsible as young adults with money. Step 3.5. Alongside adding an overpowered weapon that they created an artificial demand over, they add 2 expensive outfits and additionally some weapon skins and accessories to reap more income. Step 4. If the weapon isn't powerful enough for the developer's taste, they add pricey attachments that supplement the weapon into something exceedingly more powerful than anything else. These expensive attachments are linked to the time, effort and money that players might spend on the game for said attachments. Step 5. After a few weeks, they nerf the overpowered weapon. Step 6. The developers now add a new weapon, which undergoes the exact process as the other overpowered weapons did. Bad Business is sadly not only a game that locks weapons behind paywalls. Phantom Forces and Call of Duty also does the same thing. So the question is, if other games use it, then why shouldn't Bad Business? Since being created in May 2019, Bad Business has made over $200,000 and has almost 300 million visits at the time of writing. That's a lot of children, no I mean potential investors. Furthermore, what if media is backed by Roblox with money? I don't know how much money Roblox has invested in the developers, but since it is Roblox, it must be a lot. Now, where were we? Oh yeah! If a child were to play the game and realize that they are severely underpowered compared to their competitors, they would scour for any reliable source of damage that is easy to use. A recent example is the Tommy gun. It was overpowered, expensive and easy to use. For a new player, this is gold, so they will buy it, only for them to realize that they haven't unlocked its full potential yet. The player will buy expensive attachments because they don't have the time to level it up, and then, done. Only now do they stand a chance against the more skilled players. Of course, skilled players will probably do the same, and when the new player plays against the skilled one, with the same weapon and setup, they will still be defeated. I am sure that you, the viewer, have tried something similarly. Like investing in something and expecting success, only for it to be a complete waste of resources and time, making you feel warped and down. Another way of looking at this is the number of credits a typical player gains each game. In this example, I will copy the number of points gained from another typical player, below Prestige 1, see how much that correlates to credits gained, and calculate how much time it will take to gain 2000 and 5000 credits. This lad gains a little under 40 credits in every game. Furthermore, I have calculated that a typical bad business game takes 8 minutes. This means that if this player wanted to get 2000 credits, they would have to play for 6.5 hours. And if the player wanted 5000 credits, they would have to play for 16.5 hours. This shows that the process of acquiring credits is long and sometimes tedious. This grind can be avoided with money, but how much money? How much does 2000 or 5000 credits cost? Now, by using some quick maps, you can see that 3200 credits cost 350 Robux. That means that, and we already know that 1 Robux costs 0.0125 USD. That means that 3200 credits cost 350 times 0.0125 equal with $4.375. So to find out how much 1 credit is worth, we divide it, so we therefore say 4.375 divided by 3200 is equal to 0.001367187 USD. This means that 2000 credits cost 2000 times 0.001367187 is equal to $2.75, and 5000 credits costs 5000 times 0.0 equals $6.783594. Players don't only buy weapons, but also game passes, attachments, and customization. There's always the option of grinding for it, but why grind when you can pay and save a lot of time? The correlation between credits and time invested shows why the idea of adding an overpowered weapon that is expensive, works, and is profitable. Also, if you want to buy credits, buy them via challenges. They are way more affordable. A typical argument that I have encountered before regarding the scheme is that other games also use it to a certain extent. The game that normally gets compared to Bad Business is Phantom Forces. The big difference between these two games is that Bad Business deliberately doesn't balance its weapons and releases them broken, whilst Phantom Forces listens to the community feedback and tries to balance weapons accordingly. The most apparent similarity between the two games is also the level wall or the level requirement. It is true that in both games you can pay for a specific weapon via Robux, but Bad Business is the only game that has paywalls implemented for certain weapons. The player should be able to level up to a certain weapon without investing money, yet Bad Business condones this to make players pay money for the product. So let me make a summary of my points. New players pay actual money for an overpowered weapon that is just as normal as any other weapon a few weeks after it's introduced. Game passes, weapons, attachments, clothing and skins are too expensive compared to the credits gained in a normal match. This practice should not be present on a kid's platform because it is manipulative, i.e. everything is too expensive in game, I'm going to use real money. For Woodif Media, Bad Business is a product that they want to sell. The developers make a livelihood out of the game, and for them, going a little to the dark side is morally justified for their own well-being. And what are you going to do about it? Complain? Huff, as if they care. Look, I'm just a normal guy that decided to make a video about this scheme, and I hope that it doesn't seem too ridiculous. This video is made to question the business practice that Woodif Media uses for their game, and to inform you about it, and I hope that it did. Thank you for your time.